Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and all variations thereof, and welcome back to the World of Madness SMP. Today, this intro is being recorded post-video, as in after I recorded all the visuals, because I lost the original audio. It has disappeared from my computer and I can't recover it. Unfortunately, I have been trying for the last hour. So I'm here as editing Lucian to give you a summary of what I did within the 13 minutes of footage that I would have been showing, but I've probably now cut it down quite substantially. So essentially, we managed to completely carpet the base of the bay with sand. It's all terraformed now, and it's looking really quite good, if I do say so myself. We spoke briefly about the fact that the dog still needs a name, and we've only had one name suggestion so far. So if you're interested in naming the dog, then please submit a name suggestion below. And lastly, we moved the sheep that was named Floof Pig by our stream, the pink sheep that was in the basin, all the way from the basin up to the cat cafe. Although we did have a little bit of trouble trying to find the sheep in question because she ran off into the hills, and I was actually quite terrified for a few minutes because I couldn't find her. Now, essentially what I spoke about later on during this section of the thing was that I wanted to start work on a pumpkin farm and a melon farm, and I wanted to build the facades, or façades, for those two farms, and I wanted to make them two small houses that were going to go on the edge of the docks. And those houses are going to be orange and green to delineate the two farms that are inside them. And I decided to go into a creative test world to put together these designs and come back later. That's pretty much everything that happened. Unfortunately, the fact that I lost the audio means that I can't tell you exactly what I said, which is really quite annoying. But we'll try and keep a little better tab on our audio. I know exactly why it vanished, but unfortunately there's nothing that I can do about it because Windows recovery systems are dog shit. Anyway, I'll let Past Me take over in this next segment, and enjoy the video, guys. Hopefully next time we won't have this problem. Fingers crossed. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've done some sketching in a test world, and I have come up with a material list for the builds that we are going to put just about here. So we're going to have a greenhouse on this side and an orange house on this side. When I say greenhouse, I literally mean a green house made of green colours and an orange house made of orange colours. So we're going to put the melon farm on this side and the pumpkin farm on this side. And what we're going to do is we're going to build out the houses. And the houses are essentially going to be facades. They're going to cover up the redstone farms that are going to be inside them. And the farms aren't just going to be inside the houses. They're probably going to extend into the ground by about 30 to 40 blocks, maybe. They'll be quite deep at the very least. Because we want a fairly decent amount of melons and stuff. And we've got all the pistons and redstone stuff that we'll need to actually build them. Now, if I'm sounding a bit rushed at the moment, it's because I have to edit and upload the video by tomorrow. Around about 20 hours from now. And I still need to build these builds. Brain is not working at the moment. But I'm going to spend the next 2 hours or so building these houses. I'm going to do that in the form of a third-person time-lapse. I hope you will enjoy that. Yeah, let's get started before my brain turns to mush any more than it already has. Yes. Pumpkin and melon farms, everyone. Let's get to it, shall we? Let's get to it. Alright, so we have the facades of the buildings done. I think they look quite nice. They could probably do with a bit of touching up here and there. I've missed a few bits and pieces on the orange building, on the sides, on the upper sides, here and there, that I still need to put in. We do have some stuff left over for that. Bunch of orange terracotta that needs to go up in the corner. Need to adjust the roof angle slightly on the edge as well. But overall, that is the facades for these farms done. I also need to grab a dark oak door for the green building. Now, obviously, there aren't any actual farms inside yet. I still need to build those, and to do that I need to drain the insides of the buildings as well. I have the sponges for that. I'm going to get started on that, and then I'm going to build up the redstone systems that need to go on the inside. And then we'll hopefully have a pair of functioning farms. And honestly, I really like how the buildings have turned out. Now, I build most buildings in a creative test world before I bring them into this world. And that's what I've done with these two. But the orange building, I've actually changed up the roof design. Before, the roof used to slope right down at the back. But I decided to give it sort of a cross-section A-frame roof instead, so that it sort of mirrors the front of the building. And I think it looks quite nice. But anyway, I'm going to get to draining and digging down the holes, the pits in the buildings, and then we'll be right back. Yeah. We are, once again, in a rather large hole. So this is the second pit that I've dug. The first one being this one here. And I've already filled up this first one, which is the pumpkin farm pit, with the machinery required. I haven't hooked it up to the system yet, but the way it works is essentially there's this water column in the middle that keeps all of the crops hydrated. Then when a piston clock or a timing clock rather activates, all of the pistons in this tower will fire off at the same time, breaking all of the pumpkins that have grown and pushing them into the water stream. And then the pumpkins will go down the water stream because it is a flowing water stream, not a source block, so they won't float up. They'll go down, they'll go into a hopper, out the side here, and into a chest. And we'll be doing the same with this one here. Unfortunately, I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, that I am getting very tired. I've been doing a lot of work on the World of Madness server this week, and a lot of streaming as well. So I think we've just about run out of time for this episode. It is 2 o'clock in the morning when I'm recording this, and I need to get this episode aired by tomorrow, or by today actually, and I need to get it edited before then. So we're gonna have this probably complete by the start of the next episode. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much for joining me this evening. Thank you for listening, for watching. However you like to enjoy my content, I am glad that you guys do. Have a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and a very, very good night. That's all for now, and goodbye.